10 reasons why real estate is the best investment. Investing in real estate is the best long-term investment you can make. We will cover why real estate is and has always been a great way to build wealth. Landowners and property owners have always been the wealthiest members of society over the centuries. There have been no changes to this. By the end of this course, you should have a clear understanding of how wealth is built through real estate and why the rich always invest in land and buildings. Number 1. Store of value. The real estate market has historically outperformed expectations for both stores of value and return. Expectations were the events post-2007, but smart investors bought properties at a discount even then. Property values rarely drop, and even if they do, they only do so for a short period of time, making real estate one of the safest investments you can make. Unlike fiat currencies like the US dollar, which lose value every time new money is printed, the value of your property doesn't decrease as more buildings rise up. Number 2. Forced appreciation. A property's value is increased by direct efforts and investments into it, called forced appreciation. There are many things you can do to make a property's value increase, including replacing the windows, painting the roof, installing solar panels, inserting technology, and designing the interior. This is why the entire house flipping market exists. People find properties that are in poor shape, maybe undervalued, force appreciation on them, and then flip them to make a profit. If you choose to make real estate a great investment, you can actively build it up to be worth more. Number 3. Tax benefits. Almost all citizens pay less tax to real estate investors than most other citizens. The government likes real estate investors and treats them differently when it comes to taxation. The purpose of real estate investment is to provide housing for the general population and increase the value of the land. This is why real estate investors are called developers. Investing in real estate offers you a variety of tax deductions. Deduction for depreciation from income. Income tax deductions for mortgage interest, repairs, maintenance, and upkeep costs. The cost of services, rental property management, and legal consultation. The cost of utilities, travel costs associated with the property, such as checking in on your property for business purposes. Deductions for property taxes. Number 4. Passive income for life. In our personal experience, people who have done this have moved full-time to Asia after owning an apartment in Manhattan or Paris that is rented out. We personally know people who have done this. People need central housing, and there are no new apartments built in the center of cities. Even when they do, they're ultra expensive and out of reach for the average person because they're reserved for other investors. It will always be in demand for quality real estate, and people are willing to pay high rents because they do not want to waste 2 hours in transit each day from the city's edge. You can think of real estate as an oil rig in your backyard that works 24 hours a day to make you money. Number 5. Market cycles. Real estate investors, believe it or not, love market cycles. They love it when the market goes down and property prices fall. Why? Because they can buy more for less. When everyone is freaking out and when the economy struggles, that's when investors come out to buy, and they buy as much as they can. If someone offered you a brand new Ferrari that you know is worth $300,000 for only $100,000, knowing that all you have to do is keep it in the garage for 2 years, maybe even drive it now and then you can sell it for twice that amount if you wanted to, wouldn't you do so? Number 6. Fairly easy access to funding. Anywhere in the developed world, you have access to banks. Banks provide credit if you're employed and prove that you're able to repay the loan. Access to capital has never been easier or more affordable. Many governments are offering preferred interest rates on home purchases. Take advantage of these programs by knowing about them and taking advantage of them. Accredited investment backed by the state can require as little as 5% money down, and everyone has access to these types of crediting programs. Number 7. Refinancing. Getting another credit to cover a previous credit seems to be the extent of refinancing for most people. Real estate investors also do that. When interest rates drop, they go to a different bank, get credit, pay for the previous one. and now pay less than they used to, keeping more of the rental money in their pocket. We'll show you how refinancing can benefit you in more ways. During your search, you discover an undervalued property worth $100,000 that you can buy for $80,000. However, you only have $20,000, so you borrow $60,000 from a bank to make up the rest. You invest $5,000 more in fixing up the house and finding a quality tenant instead of trying to sell it quickly. Number 8. Other people pay for your investment. The only thing you have to do is make sure the rental income is greater than the mortgage plus supportive expenses. If you don't want to deal with all these financial acrobatics, the math breaks down this way. $20,000 is put down for a $100,000 property, followed by $80,000 in mortgages for 30 years. The property rents for $1,200 a month. In total, you will spend $1,000 on the mortgage, utilities, insurance, repairs, management, and vacancy. Number 9. Easily transferable to kids. Those of you looking to build, wealth real estate is easily transferable. The infrastructure is there, and in most countries and states there is no inheritance tax. Let's figure it out. If you do your job well, buy some properties, leave it to your kids, they don't screw it up, and instead manage to acquire the same number of properties as you did. But when the third generation comes around, rental income from properties will probably cover their living expenses. All they have to do is not screw it up. Here is number 10. Fairly easy to liquidate. The last reason on our list is quick access to cash if you needed it. While it's not as easy to liquidate as your stocks, there's always someone looking to buy. It usually takes 60 to 90 days to sell a house. Although that sounds like a lot, it's not really that much when you think about it. You can also take out a mortgage or refinance the house if your cash needs are urgent. Let these reasons get you thinking. Make a plan for the next couple of years to be able to get yourself there, one property at a time, by checking out local real estate websites and finding out how much an entry-level property like a duplex or apartment goes for in your area.